Good evening, everyone. I am Max from MinMax in Excel, and welcome back to another live stream for Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Great game. It is at $9.99 on Steam. It's in a kind of pre-released version. I have about, let me pull it up and find out how many hours I have in it. I have about 45 hours into it. And I don't have all the milestones done. I still have a couple levels that I need to get on, like engineer, driller. Kind of gunner's my least favorite, so he's at the lowest. I still need to take this kind of damage one, and maybe we can do that today. Coil gun, the hunter drone, the hurricane, and a couple of others. But we're getting close, to kind of being done with it. We can finally have all of our upgrades done. And then, way more importantly than all of that, is I have figured out a big part of the damage calculation here. I was getting some really weird experiences and kind of damage outputs. If you go back and you watch any of my previous videos, if you picked up an all weapon damage bonus, it would actually display a kind of final a kind of damage bonus that was way higher than the bonus you just chose, right? And so, like, an example was, I kind of put this here and I had it highlighted for like a good while because I could not figure out, but I got a plus 15 to all my weapon damage. Well, then, as I would try to go figure this out, inside the game, which I'll just quickly start one. Let's pick this. Let's pick this. Let's just pick the scout real quick. Okay. Alright, so before I do anything, alright, so right here you see my damage is at plus 48. And that's because my upgrades that I got. But then if you get a plus 15 to weapon damage, it would jump from 48 to 70 in this number right here. And so you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Kind of, why does this go up by 22 and not by 15? And kind of basically what's happening here is there's these base player bonuses that exist, and it's not additive, it's multiplicative. And so as you got this plus 15 here, what this is doing is saying take 15% of my total player damage, which is this 148, and so that's going to be 22, and then add that to my kind of base player damage on a percentage basis. And I was already converting to a kind of bullet damage, kind of numbers down here, and that was another thing that was kind of confusing things, because I was converting from percents, and they're still working with percents all the way to the very bottom. Now, I do want to test this because I also changed this up a bit, where if you get a kind of damage bonus on just this one weapon, like a 10% here, I'm actually also calculating that to be higher than than just a flat 10%, because I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm saying take 10% of my total damage, including my base player bonuses. It's not like works out to 15%. And so if I make this 0, if I get a 10% damage bonus, I'm curious if it's actually going to be this number, or if it's going to be, I'm gonna go back and fix this, but if it's just going to be like this, if it's going to be additive, where we just add on this percent as like a direct additive, or if it's going to be multiplicative, including your base player bonus or not. So we will get into that, and like we're going to try to test that actually like right now. So hopefully I can go ahead and get a quick like level up and get a plus to not fire rate, but I'll go ahead and do it. But if we can get a plus to weapon damage and a plus to all damage, of course we get more fire rate. And confirm that my I mean, look at these loot bugs. They're trying to hide from me here. You can't hide from me. If we can just confirm that my new calculator is accurate, then I would love to expand it today to include crit chance and crit damage. Also reload speed. I think that's been kind of wonky for me too. So here, let's go ahead and I can clean this up too. So I think my reload speed, if I look here, is at 24. So I'm going to say 124% is my reload, and it's at 5.77. So according to the official wiki, I'm gonna go pull it up again really quick. The base reload time for this is supposed to be 4 seconds, which I'm not sure that I believe, but that's what it says. So if we come over here and we say my base reload is 4 seconds, and I have a plus 24 by default, okay? So then if I do this exact same, but I need it to be 16 and 10. I wonder if it's being multiplicative in the same way. And so this, I'm going to have to change that to be 10. And now I'm curious if I get rid of that. I'm just going to call this actuals number. If I say this equals, oh, hang on. I should probably go ahead and apply that and just make sure it's right. Yeah, I'm just gonna add my new bonus to my previous bonus. I think we're good. So if I say right now, this is gonna be, oh, I'm tripping out. All right, give me a second. So if I go back to the game real quick, I plus 24 a reload speed, and my reload time is 3.23. 3.23 is my target. Okay. So I'm curious if I think I'm actually going to change this. I'm going to get rid of this like 100. I'm just going to make it 24. Because I'm going to be counting down here. And so I want to do this times my 24. And then I want to say plus, or I want to say my original minus that. So 3.4. That's way smaller. 3.04. So I don't really know how I'm calculating this. Reload speed is 24. If we said this was 4.25, 4.25, 3.23, 3.23. Okay, so I think that's the actual default reload time, and so the official wiki is probably wrong. But now let's grab this reload speed here. All right. And let's just say it's going to be 25. And if I do this right, I'm taking 25% of my original is 6. And I'm going to add that to my default. And so I'll be 30. Wait, hang on. What did I just do? I'm sorry. This isn't an all weapon bonus. This is actually down here. This is a specific to that one weapon. So this is super crazy. I'm gonna get rid of that. I think this is where we find out, is it additive? I'm gonna add 1 onto both of these. And so if I did this, it would be a multiplicative. And so like my reload time would go down to 2.97 from 3.23. 2.58. It went down way further. Wild. So original with base player stats. Now my new target is 2.58. Oh, it's 25? Oh, did I do that right? Yeah, I did 25 here. I wonder if it's just straight up additive. Like, instead of computing yeah, and so that's way too much. If it's a totally separate. But let's play with it to kind of see what kind of number that we need to get to. So around 39 total output is what we need to get to. And so like we need to find a way to compute this to have it make any kind of sense, you know, that would get us there and be kind of close to 15. And like if I do I'm gonna do like kind of 15.5, a 15.1, 15.2, yeah, so 15.2 is kind of the number that I want to get to. So my question is, what else could be impacting that? Because my default's still 24 and it's unchanged. Let me just go over here and take a look at this. Huh. I wonder if I take that's actually not a bad idea. I wonder if I go ahead and compute my value and then I take a percent of that. I'm just gonna okay, so 15.2 is kind of what I'm aiming for. So I'm gonna say this is equal to I'm kind of curious if I just did a hard conversion right here. I'm gonna say convert to number, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. So I'm gonna do that times my base stat. Yeah, I have to come back to that, but here I'm gonna go ahead and do my 24 up against this. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Alright, so that's this with just my player stats. Because I don't have anything for my all weapon. And now I'm gonna apply my like what I just get, a 25%. So I'm gonna say 25 here, and I'm gonna convert this back to a number where I'm gonna say that minus that minus 25% of that. I'm gonna convert this back to a number. Well, here you go. Let me just do this for clarity. So it's now this is that minus that, which gets me 2.42, which is too aggressive. So that's not how it works. And I think I did do a times 25%. $2.17. God, like reload has still got me stumped. Cause that, I mean, that feels so powerful, right? Like here, like let me show you the kind of fire rate. The kind of fire rate is so straightforward. The default fire rate, again, according to the wiki, is where is it at? Fire rate 4.62. Okay. So 4.62. And I got a 25%. All that I do there is I do my number times my percent, and I get that, and then I add it. I just add it, and now it's 5.78. Boom. I'm like, you're kind of dead on there. Yeah, this one, I can't do a yeah. I don't really know what to do there. And if I take 25% of this, you know, that's too aggressive still. If I subtract from my total. That's not aggressive enough. I'm curious. I'm just gonna like unpack that. That's a conundrum. Like, I might just have to come back to reload time and kind of figure that out here in a minute. Because I'm on a high now that I got this figured out. It's pretty sick. And I would like to... I'd like to remain focused. Let's get this confirmed. Let's get a... I don't have any kind of damage bonuses yet or anything, so let's just go ahead and get that done. Because I don't want to lose my excitement here or like my high here, but I'm gonna go ahead and make this 0. And so I'm at kind of 51.8, which is gonna be 52 here. And so let's just kind of continue and let's try to get some damage, some damage bonuses here. Oh, I don't know. Let's just get more gold. Golly, man. And also, here, let's kind of double check our fire rate calculation now that we've got that plus 20. So it's down here, and I just totaled this up, so I'll just say my fire rate's now plus 45, right? And I just said plus 45. I'm not doing 6.7. Boom. Yeah, I'm kind of dead on. Right? I mean, that's so sick. Like, we've almost gotten all the different little kind of pieces. More reload speed. I don't want reload speed, darn it. And like, this is gonna really confuse me, because once I do that, like, now my reload speed has gone from a 2.58 to a 2.39 with a 10% like 10% medium reload, and this was a 25% weapon reload. I mean, I can't even get to this first number, but again, let's not get sidetracked. Okay. I want weapon damage, man. Come on, let's go. I can't find anything. There's no gold. There's some. Shoot her. Shoot her. Thanks. Dadgummit, man. Brutal. Brutal. Okay. Alright, here's an all weapon damage. 5%. Okay. So let's just check. It's right here. It says 48. And 52. So I get 48. My damage is currently at 52. Put this in the middle. That's what we're after. Okay. So I'm going to do 5% damage. And now it says 55 and 54. So if I put in right here plus 5%, I should have 55 and 54. Right? I have a plus 55%. And then my output damage is going to be 54. Boom, boom. So glad I got that figured out. And like, we still need to confirm. Let's get a individual weapon damage bonus. God, more fire rate. This thing is just going to be flinging here in a second. There's got to be more gold in this place, right? This can't be. This can't be all. Yes, weapon damage. Okay. So we're at 54. And we don't have anything here for weapon damage. And we're at 55 there. Let's grab this. Okay, I can't do this because it's going to throw off all my numbers. So I'm going to pick this one for the time being. And I'm going to pause. Alright, this is still at 55. This now has a plus 15 damage. So now I'm up to 62. Let's come over here. Change this to 15. Boom, 62. Yes. Okay. Well, now that we got that done, let's mark this sucker green. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. God, now we just need to figure out the darn reload speed, and then we can start doing damage calculators like this, where we actually have output DPS, kind of damage per cycle, a kind of time to go through an entire clip, a time to go through a clip plus add your reload, total damage per your cycle, and then your damage over 10 minutes, and then from that you can then deduce down to your DPS. And I mean, I can already calculate that if I manually enter all this, but like, what I want to do is I want to have all this automatically calculated based off of the upgrades that you've picked, right? But I need to figure out reload time. So let's go back to the game. Man, there is no more gold. What a shame. Well, okay, I really don't want to complete this drop because it's going to take way longer than I want. I really want to just get more data. So I'm just going to like run around. Oh, there was more gold. I knew it. I knew it. Let's see if we can get this guy to mine it for us. Watch this. Boom! Mine it for us, baby. Let's go. Sweet. Oh, well. Okay. Well, that was a great proof of our new idea. So, okay. Alright, so let's just quit this for the time being. And let's try to figure out this reload mess, because I get to the actual, and like I really want to convert this back to I really want to convert this back to all percents. So let's just kind of copy paste these two over here, and we just got to make sure it's 10 and 23, and this is that plus that. I'm not even sure if there is a all weapon reload. There may be here. Well, like, let's go check. Let's look for increase type. It's reload. Huh. I say, oh, hang on, it's not ordered by that. Data sort. Yeah, I say that these are all, but I bet they're not actually all. I bet they have to do with a specific kind, like either throne or medium, what have you. I'd be quite surprised if there's actually what am I thinking? I'd be quite surprised if there's actually a thing for all weapons as it comes to reload speed. But let's continue to try to get this final number here. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this final number, which is basically my total reduction in my reload speed to equal a 5.58, including just these two numbers. Okay. And I think the way that I'm calculating this one is accurate, because if I get rid of this, I get 3.23, which is the accurate one with just the base player stat. And all that's doing is it's saying, I'm going to take my number, or I'm sorry, take my percentage increase from the total reload time and then subtract it from it, right? I mean, that's super straightforward. If I add in my 25% here, the way I'm getting to this 6 is I'm saying increase it by interesting. I think what I need to do is actually make this 124%, because if I start there, now this is going to be a 31% increase, and I can now add those together, and get the 155, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 1 minus that. It's 155. No. I think it's the other way around. I want to do that minus 1. Okay. Now I can take this, all of that, times my reload time. Get 2.33. Let's subtract that from this and see what we get. That's way too aggressive. But that's exactly how this other one's calculated. Like, I say multiply it by my base increase in order to get an increase that's higher than what is actually there. And kind of this one's doing the opposite. It's almost saying like my increase needs to be lower than what the default is. I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do. There's a way to edit my upgrades, and I want to get rid of this, because if I can make this flat, then maybe I can figure this out down here. And then if I make it 10% and then I make it 20%, like if I make it round numbers and not like this weird 24 or whatever, alright, here, let's just make this 0. Okay. 30.23. So we can make that 25. I need to figure out a way to calculate this. So I'm going to take 25% of what? I wonder if I didn't add them together. I wonder what just kind of 31% is. I'm just going to make this equal to 31 just to check. Oh, not 31 the number, 31%. Oh, I need to make it 131%. $2.9, yeah. And is that too drastically undervalues it? I know this is really dumb, but I wonder if they just have a hard divider on it. Because that gets me close, right? And then if I increase that to 35, no. I get close, but it's not right. What could be another way? As ways I've done it is directly take rate from a base rate, and that's not it. The way I'm doing it now is base weapon rate. Instead of trying to like write it out like that, I'm gonna make multiple columns. So let's just insert right, insert right, insert right, insert right. Okay. Let's say reload time with weapon reload, and I'm just gonna like copy and paste all that, but I'm gonna change this to be 25 here. And 5.58. Okay, this one is with base player only. That's a great band name. Band with bass player only. Okay. I want to wrap these. Wrap. I'm going to make them smaller. Just going to fit more on one screen. Okay. Then this is reload time with medium reload. So grab all of it again. Just make this 35 and make this 2.39. Okay. And so now my different targets. I'm gonna make this like tilde, but where's the tilde at? There it is. Around 15.2%. right? I mean, that's kind of basically what this needs to be. Okay. And so the way I'm doing it here, and like I'm kind of getting to the wrong, is dividing weapon bonus by 2. That's getting close, but not actually doing it. Let's kind of figure out a different way to do it, and then let's properly title it. So another way to do it would be, if this is 0, it's still accurate, but if this is 25, nope, 25, and I'm trying to get to 5, 8, and so this is just same as damage calc, right? Because the damage calc here, I multiply by a damage by my player bonus in order to get how much my actual bonus should be. And I do the exact same thing here. I multiply my 5% by my base player damage bonus. Right? Okay. And that's way wrong. I mean, that's so far wrong. Okay. I'm trying to copy. There you go. So this one, I'm going to say straight additive, and so I'm just adding on whatever my kind of bonus is to that, which is too aggressive. So too aggressive. I'm gonna make that red. So too aggressive, too aggressive. Example, example, only base only. So that one's green, yellow, and yellow. Okay. All right, let's try to think of another way. If I What's a way, here, 15.2, sorry, equals 15.2 divided by 25. So 60%, I'm trying to get to about 60% of my value here. And how in the world would I do that? Based off of there's gotta be some interplay with this. Let's try doing a let's try doing this. So it's going to be that. Oh, it's going to be that. Or our reload minus 1 minus this in order to get to 24% times my reload speed. Am I so what now? Why did it go up? It should have come down to 3.23. Whoa, is this wrong? Whoa, I'm getting this number, but I'm calculating it wrong. If I do this, okay, it seems like it's fine, but then why doesn't this one work? What in the world? Oh, God. It's -1. not 1 minus. Okay. Whew. I was tripping. Okay. So now that we have that, I wonder. I'm pretty sure if I take a percent of that, it's the exact same as taking a percent and then converting. But let's just try it. So that times 25 is just a number. And if this is going to be that minus this, 2.42, just too aggressive. So this is apply to base player result. I'm just gonna make sure that I got that right. I am taking 25% of my resulting number, and then I'm subtracting that from my resulting number. And it's too aggressive. And that would be exactly the same as me saying it. I mean, that would be exactly the same as me saying this. Let's get my number that I'm going to subtract by. Oh, here. I'm sorry. I'm going to undo that. Again, I'm going to copy and paste. And again, my computer's going to have a hard time. Let's try doing this. Let's not subtract it. Let's just get the value. And then let's get this value from my base reload speed. And then let's add them together and then subtract that from our original total. Now this is also going to be way too aggressive, I think. Wait, what? Yeah, sorry. M5 2.7, way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. I'm trying to get to 2.58. Oh man. So they're not totally calculated in isolation from each other, because this is like what it just did. I did them both off of the base reload. I wonder. Oh, this would be so dumb. I wonder if they are based off of each other, but in the damage, this one comes first. It would be so messed up if they did this. But what if in the reload, this one comes first? I mean, that would be crazy. I mean, heck, let's try it. So God. How am I even going to do this? Both from base weapon. Okay. So this one is going to be reload. Calc. Weapon. I'm gonna say Calc. Weapon bonus first. I'm not even sure if going out of order is going to have an impact on this, but heck, let's try it. So, if I have a 25 here, that kind of tripped me out because I was like, oh, it's right. How did that happen? No. So I'm going to calc this first. I'm going to say this is this times my base weapon reload. Let me get a number. Okay. And I'm going to say this is my... Okay. So I have a 3.9. Now I want to apply this to this. So I'm going to say so I'm going to copy this, and so I don't have to think about it. But instead of doing N5, I want to do N29. And instead of, so N29, N29, and then this one is actually going to be 2.42. Too aggressive. Kind of glad that didn't work. And apply to base player result. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense that these two numbers are the same. Like that comforts me, because that means that I'm probably doing the exact same math twice, just like order of operations in that approach doesn't matter. Because they're basically just getting the percents together. Oh my God. I mean, like, what's my base number that I need to get to in order to... Are any of these actually still calculated? Yeah. I don't really know of even another way to go about it. Like, I need to fix that, by the way. That's going to continue to trip me out. Yeah, I might need to go kind of play the game and remove my reload time kind of bonus and kind of see what my effects are, because maybe they're just computing things in like a really wonky way. I mean, that's also very possible. Um, don't really love going in, messing with the game. But like, this 124 is throwing me off. Because then if I get this 25, this needs to be 15.2. And how do I get to that? Like, do I do... Oh, here you go. I have an idea. Mod a kind of bonus by player bonus. Like, instead of doing it how I do the damage calc, which is multiplying in a positive way, with negative effect. I'm not even sure if that makes any sense, but my thought is, like, this is a positive implication, but it needs to be a negative implication. I'm trying to get to 60% though. That's the thing that's tripping me out, is if I just do something like this, let me just go ahead and do it. Like, all right, it's just, this is going to give me 24%. Oh, I didn't mean to do that there. So here. I want to get 24% of this top one. Right? That's only going to give me 6, which is under half of what I need. Right? And then I can add those two together, and then I get this. And this is 2 week. I'm going to make these examples of blue, and I'm going to make the 2 week yellow, because that just kind of speaks to me. Man, how does that impact this so greatly? I don't get that. Oh man. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to go edit the file. Right, this is the file that's the save game is in, and I'm just gonna change my reload speed mod to be 0, and so it's like I haven't done any upgrades at all. And then save it. And I wonder if I just now go play. We're so close. If we can just figure out the reload speed, I can then start getting in the DPS and crit chance and actually make a calculator and then start comparing all these different guns to each other. Yeah. So yeah, this has been set to 0 now. And so now when I come in here, I join as my scout. As I land, let's just quickly peek. So I don't even show reload speed over here. And my reload time is 4 seconds. So from the beginning, right now we've already learned something. I've been calculating this wrong from the jump. Oh, that's a part of my reason why all my numbers are off. Because I was calculating it, even this first thing, wrong. Look at that. I was at a 3.04 when my actual target. Oh man. 3.23. Wow. That really messed me up. Wow. See? This is why we do that. Yeah. Okay, well we gotta run around a little bit and unlock a couple of these. Wow, I cannot believe that. Okay. So I can, yeah, I'm still flabbergasted, man. I set this to 25. Like I said to continue to double check. Yeah, I mean that seems fine. Okay. My reload speed on my weapon I'm gonna highlight these and kind of block them off as like a previous example. So just put a big wall around them, like really thick line. Yeah, that's not gonna go anywhere. Okay. So the percent that I'm about to get is a 15. So let's just, all of this is 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. There's no change in the reload speed. Okay. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Everything's at a 4. Okay. Let's click this and then pause. 3.48. Target equals 3.48 across all of this. So let's just try it at 15. Let's make all of these 2 decimal places. 3.48. How in the world is 15%? How in the world? Riddle me this. How in the world is a 15% to a 4 in any kind of way equal to 3.48? Are you serious? It went from 4 to 3.48 off of just a 15%. I mean, it's 87% of the total of 4. Exactly. It's exactly 87%. I mean, I really do wonder if like the 15% bonus is actually only giving you 13%. Like, I mean, let's just act like that, right? Because then, if I'm calculating it the exact same as my damage calc, that's the same. I'm going to change this to 124. Yeah, that's not. It's not calculated the same as damage. Oh, sad. I mean, that's absolutely wild how 3.48. I can't get over that. I clicked on 15. Everything says 15. It's acting like it's 13. And I have no other upgrades or anything when it comes to reloading to kind of mitigate that. So, I am absolutely dumbfounded. I have no idea how or why that would. Okay, let's do another 15. Okay, so now we're at 308. Okay. 3.48, and now this is 3.08, right? 3.08 with another one. I'm just gonna make this 26. We'll just see. What? None of this makes any sense. Let's just say 4 equals that minus that times 13%. And then let's just drag it down. Let's just say the previous one times a 13%. And that doesn't work, because then we start getting way too far down. All right, well, let's just keep going. Let's get some more. Let's avoid any type of like all reload. And let's only get improvements to the reload speed just for this one gun. So wild. I can do damage. I can't do anything. Yeah, that could throw off my numbers for reload. And I think I also want to get pretty high up in damage, because I would love to confirm that I'm not way off as I go up in levels. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add that 15 damage here. So I'm at 59.57. Yeah, so let's just keep going. Gonna blow up right when it. Oh man. Okay, more reload speed. So I think I've already captured this. 3.08 and 30. Now we're gonna go to 40. Oh, I'm gonna do this until I don't screw up my reload speed. Okay. So I'm now at 40 and I have 2.86. So 2.86 for another, and this is only 10% this time. $2.86. So there's a pretty drastic diminishing return here, right? So I can tell it's being impacted by the previous number somehow, because we went from here. Let me just throw in the 4. NA, right? And so we went from 4 to 3.48. And so the first one was here. Let's look at the difference. So percent diff from base. So this is gonna be NA this is going to be so 1 minus that, and let's make this at a $sign so it doesn't move. So it's going to be percent. Drag this down, right? I got a 13% decrease the first time. I got a 10% increase the next time, and I got a 5.5 the next time, even though it's 10. So I'm gonna say percent decrease versus upgrade equals that. Oh, I'm sorry. Equals my upgrade minus this. And then this would be equals that plus that. Equals that plus that plus that minus. I mean, let's go ahead and, I don't know, like, should I add a couple of zeros onto these just to clarify? Yeah, I don't think this is a good view. Here you go. The first one's fine. It's basically that minus this. But then it's this minus the one before. And put that in parentheses. And then I want to say this minus that. Yeah. And now I can drag this down. Yeah. I mean, like, even the like the pacing is all super weird. That's super wonky. But I'm sorry, what's my new number? 2.86 off of a 10%. And so now my total is 40. But I mean, if I had an actual, like, if I said 4 times 0.4 and I said equals that minus this, let's make it a number. Like, my actual reload speed would be 2.4 if I was actually getting a 40% off my base. So I have no idea how this is being calculated. Alright, let's go back. Let's keep playing. Let's get a couple more like all damage and individual, like, weapon damage upgrades. I want to really play this out and confirm my I confirm my calculator is accurate when it comes to the damage side, at least. I mean, I would love to end this stream with at least one of my equations being accurate. Here's another 15% reload speed. So let's just pause it. So now it's at 2.58. 2.58. And that was a another 15. I think I should just be able to drag these two down. So, and I'm going to say, upgrade sum. Upgrade sum equals, so equals this equals I'm trying to think of like a way this can grow. And I don't have to keep doing it every single time. Yeah, I think this actually works. If I, yeah. And so my actual increase should be 55 now, which actual decrease of upgrade sum equals this minus this times that. Now I'm gonna put some dollar signs on this. So it should have been 3.4, and then it should now be 1.8, and it's actually 2.58, right? So wild. Okay, let's just keep playing. More reload speed. So another 15. And this is now 2.35. I mean, this is so gross. I'm beginning to say that you should take one reload speed and then you just shouldn't do it anymore, because you're just like, you're diminishing return. Like I almost want to say, I almost want to change this around to be like effect of upgrade. So that one's that. If I just do that, now I can just drag these out. And I can make this equals that. I mean, is that right? No. I mean, this top one's wrong. Like, yeah, this top one's just that. But all these others, it's I mean, is this right? I picked a 15% weapon reload, and my reduction was not off my top line. It was off of the previous. And so there's a diminishing return here. But it's not even a direct diminishing return. It's like more drastic. Yeah, and this one only got 66%. In this first one, I only got so curious now. No, I did it wrong. I want my effective upgrade. Yeah, I mean, like, look at this diminishing return. Like, I get 87% of what I expected I'd get. Upgrade effect. I mean, this is like the most important part. I got 87% of my first upgrade that I expected. Then I got 67%, and then I got 55%, and then 34%, and then 38%. Like, I get that there's a diminishing return. We don't want a reload to be able to go to 0. But like, why did it get hit so hard on even the very first one? They've got to have some sort of calculation going on there to I really don't want to do this anymore. It's just going to piss me off more. And I would like to confirm my damage numbers. So let's try not to kill the boss. Let's come up here and try to get some more stuff so that we can get some more levels. And then hopefully confirm our damage calculator at the very least. I'm still trying to avoid the boss for a moment. I swear I was just here and I didn't see that loot bug. Like, I make it times, I swear they like hide. I wouldn't mind some increased fire rate on this. I'm trying to get on the other side of this so I don't kill the boss. Ooh, God, and see, like, you know, this isn't even, you know what? Let's do it. Let's add a 3% decrease on all of them. So I'm gonna just delete this, and I'm gonna say that this is this is my GK2, and then let's do a copy of this. Let's put it over here. Oh, barely fit. Barely fit. Let's call this my ice. Or it's called like Cryonade or something. And the only thing we should be changing is these two numbers. That's probably going to drive some people nuts if they're not the same color, so let me go fix that. Okay. And I'm going to clear out all of this. Oop. I should probably put a boxer on this. A boxer on this. No, I'm not going to put a boxer on that, because I might still add some. But all these other things are calculated, so I'm gonna... So it's a 5 on my reload here. And I'm at a 2.35 on this one, which is fine. And then let's go to this 3% reload on all of them. So let's say 3% and 4.85. So upgrade effect was 100%. Wow. And so if you do the reload on the actual over here, it's an actual like 1-for-1, right? Like you get what you pay for. Okay. And now this is 2.31. So I gotta I'm gonna copy this whole line, paste it, so I got a 3, 2.31, Yeah. I think that these are calculated differently because it's not off that. It's off of the top line. Like, I think I actually did get the full. Well, I don't know. Like, maybe if I got another one. All right, yeah. Let me take some notes here. Don't take reload on grenade. Okay. Take reload all. I'm curious if this is gonna have 100% effect still. Yeah. I guess we'll find out. But I'm not gonna take any more on the direct weapon reload. I'm only gonna take it over here. And we'll see how that impacts us. So okay, another 6% reload here. So let's pause. So now this is 4.59. So I took a 6%, 4.59, 87. So even on yeah. So even on the all weapon reload, it was a 6%, and now my 2.23. Yeah. I'm now wondering if every single one I get is going to be at 33%. Like, if they reduce it every single time until it gets to 33. Because an interesting thing that I'm noticing here is, check this out, 87 and 87. Wow. What if, what if we actually just crack the code, everyone? What if we just crack the code? Oh, can I not move this? Right, because this is all like merged together. Let's see if we can unmerge it and then drag this. Yeah. Okay. Because I want to get rid of this box, because we might actually be adding more rows here. No borders. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, like, what if it really does go? Now, it's odd that this one immediately jumped to 87 and this one took the first one at 100%. I mean, if this next upgrade is a 67% effect over here, I'm gonna lose my mind. I mean, that is gonna be so wild. And I've been pulling my hair out trying to do something like that makes any kind of logical sense. and they've just added on some diminishing returns to to prevent people from getting to like a yeah. I mean, like, why wouldn't you just kind of tune down your reload speed upgrades instead of just changing your calculations to be super wonky? Okay. Well, I'm actually excited about this. Okay, so now I can do a 20% damage. So let's kind of throw in. So my damage over here is 48. Okay. We have 82% damage on the gun itself. Let's do 82%. And so now my weapon damage is 94, which is right. Let's grab this. And now this jumped up to 78. And I didn't take note about what that was. I think it was a 40%. Let's do 40. Nope. 30. 20. A 20% all damage. Because now that looks like it's 78, and now my damage is 104. 108. 78 here. 78, 82, and 108. Let's do this. Let's do it off of this. That's too high. Okay, so this is back in the yellow. We're so close. You know what? I want to confirm. Upgrades. Damage. All legendary. I'm gonna like look this up real quick. All weapon damage legendary. And this is why I should always write it down before I click it. That's such a annoying thing. I'm again on the official wiki, and they don't have like an upgrade list. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that it's it was a 20 because this actually calculates itself out, which is accurate. And anytime that I've like played with this number, you know, that's been accurate. But now, this, and this. Ooh. All of this is green. I've confirmed that all that gets calculated correctly. It's just, how do I apply this that's throwing off my number? And so let's just say, I'm gonna try adding them together. Way too high, because my target is 108. And I was doing the same thing here that I was doing here, which is I take my increase percentage, which is going to be this guy, and I multiply it by my character bonus damage, and then I add that to my after. I need to change these around. I got now, again, they may be doing something really wonky with this, because as we've seen with the reload, they do diminishing returns. But 82 is my damage modifier. And I need to get to 108. I have a crazy thought. I'm going to try to do this totally separate, and I'm going to try to add them together. $119. And so it's not just you're calculating all the other bonuses together and doing that. Oh, wait, hang on. This is a double counting. So I'm gonna make this 0 for the time being. And this would be this times that. 90. Way off. Way off. I'm also curious what happens if I do like over 100% fire rate. Alright, because if this was like, oh, it's how many per second? Yeah, and so like I could do 200 and it would be fine. Yeah, I mean there's no like there's like hard boundary on that. Like the reload speed, you need to have diminishing returns, because if you got down to 0, it would just be like the whole time, you know. But this, it does look like it's being curbed, but I just don't get how. But even if I'm doing the max, I'm coming up light. I'm not coming up heavy, which is interesting, because this is accurate. I wonder if like the overclock that I got is kind of messing with me, like high caliber rounds. Let me go see what that does. High caliber rounds, a 30% damage increase, which should probably be included in here. But it's kind of weird that there's a 2 on there, because I don't think I have any damage increases that would give me a 2. Right? I mean, good thing about live streaming is I can go back and I can watch this, right? And try to figure out like how I even got to this number. And then and kind of figure out if there's like everything that's kind of wonky. But let's grab this. Pretty cool. Grab that, might as well. Let's re-roll. Really don't want some. Well, you know what? Hey, let's do reload speed. So 2.23 and 70. Let's just make sure we got that. 2.23 and a total of 70. Yeah, up here. We have 70. And over here we have, where's my reload? 9. Which is here. So let's go ahead and grab it for another 25%. That's wild. So 25%. Let's grab this, or let's actually grab one that's not yellow and say it's 25%, and now it's 1.96. Yeah, it's now dropped down below this 33. But I'm also curious if I can get in all reload, please. I'm gonna do it again to try and get an all reload. Dadgummit. Let's try it again. Nope. And now I don't have enough to buy anymore. So let's just grab this, I guess. I want an all reload and an all reload and a specific reload for this weapon. And then also, it couldn't hurt to grab more damage for this weapon too. And so we can keep on playing with it, make sure that we can get accurate. Oh, let's go with this guy. I don't want to kill everything too fast, so I'm trying to pick things that aren't very like optimized for damage, but will also keep all this kind of trash mobs off of me. He's gonna trigger right when he comes back. Yeah. There's a lot of XP over there now. We'll go grab it here in just a second once I get this cleared. Let's see if we can get them to, yeah, to mine that for me. Okay, another 15 reload. So let's put that on the sheet. 15. And now it's at 1.83. Yeah, I have no... Yeah, I mean, like... this is why they can't do, like, a direct decrease. Because my... Like, my reload right now would be... actually negative. It'd be creating bullets out of thin air, right? It's like this is yeah, but I mean pretty rough diminishing returns here on the reload speed. Now we have damage. Let's just go ahead and say I'm gonna say 82%. Wait, what's the right way to say this? So I'm gonna say player bonus 148. My all weapon is 20. My total after all weapon is 178. And like I might actually just make this. Yeah. Okay. And then my my specific weapon is currently 82. Computed damage is 104.636. Target damage is 108. And then I'm just going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to get this extra 25 damage. I'm going to pause, So now my damage is 114. Oop, 114. Which I just want to make sure that minus that is 25. What? That minus that. It's 32%. How did that happen? I bet it's the overclock. Oh, it's the overclock that's screwing me up. Because I wonder if the overclock is kind of doing what this does, but it's displaying down here, right? I mean, like, that's why I had that weird, like, yeah, and so now it's 125, 125, and 121.212. Yeah, that, like, overclock is screwing up my numbers because, well, I mean, that makes me feel better because I thought I was calculating things wrong, but I'm calculating things right. Like, what's happening is, like, this overclock, I got a 15, like, and then my actual difference was, you got 32. And so it's, I mean, like, the damage increase is by far my best upgrade. Like, without having the calculator totally completed, getting damage on a weapon is the most valuable thing that you can get. But yeah, I mean, let's just double check our fire rate. 29%. And it's at 5.9. Let's just make sure it's right. Yeah. I mean, this says 5.96, but it says 5.98. I'm pretty darn close. Oh, why can't they just break out the damage so that it's not all confusing? Because this overclock here, like this high caliber round, if you look at the overclock, it increases the damage by 30%. I wonder, here you go. I wonder if I just did this. I'm gonna make this 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna add 30% onto this, and now we'll see. What's my target? Yeah, I think I've actually gotten plus 80 on my upgrades, and I'll go back and watch this and confirm. But if my total upgrades that I've picked is equal to 80, then that extra 30% damage just gets added up here. And then I'm calculating accurately. I'm not getting 125. It's just the way that they display it is absolutely terrible, right? And this is why I'm going to have a hard time figuring out the reload speed. Because the data that they display is not accurate compared to what's actually happening, right? And that's also, like, I need to confirm, like, as I hit someone, am I actually doing 125 damage? Yeah, I am. Okay. So, I'm like, at least that's right, you know? What if the damage number that was displayed was not the damage number that popped up whenever you hit somebody? That would be absolutely wild. But hey, I mean, pretty good that we were able to figure that out. I will take this fire rate, and then I will compare again. Oh man, 100 damage, 100 reload speed. I mean, let's just do it just to mess with it, right? Right. Okay. Oh, let's just grab this again. And let's paste it. And let's say it's 100 damage increase here. And 100 reload speed. So let's grab this. And say 100% reload speed. I mean, what the heck is it going to be? Is it going to go down to 0? And let's just make sure that we have 1.83, 1.83, 110 is my current. Oh, yes, but then I have 9 from the total over here. And 114 damage. Okay. Okay, let's get it. Now let's pause. Let's look at it. Alright, so now my damage jumped from 125 to 220. And so that's not exactly like 100% increase. My damage over here is still at 78. Oh, now that's increased. What? I mean, like, when did that change? So that's now 78, and this is 279, which is probably actually 179, 186. $279, 248, 279, and 78. So here is going to be 78. Yeah. If I go back to yeah, I mean, like, down here is going to be 178 somewhere. But, like, $40. I think this was at, like, 148. If that's at 148... this is at 80. That's like 103. $148.20. 80, 82. Okay. Alright, so now we're there. Alright, so we're finally back to where we were. But yeah, I added 30 onto this, so 4, 5, 6, 7, because of the overclock. And then I need to dial this down in order to get to 108. So I'm gonna 40, 50. I'm trying to get to what? 108. That's gonna be tough. Yeah, that's really wonky too. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, like, the damage is just totally messed up now. But my all weapon is still 20. My total output is 178, which is what's here. And then, like, this is displaying 279, 279, and 279. Now my calculated 206. .68. And the actual's 220. That's wild. But now my reload speed if I total all that up, 219. It says 320 is my reload speed, which is not the case. I mean, how in the world did it get to 320? It like added 200, not 100. But now this is 0.09, or wait, hold on, what was it? 0.91. I mean, even still, it only cut it in half. But, I mean, this is totally wrong. Right? Because I just got 100. I didn't get... And like, even still, it's not like incredibly fast. I need to go get some more of these. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do another. Another 6% reload. Let's grab this guy. Um, 0.89. Oh my god. And over here, let's do it over here too. Because now this is a... Oh. But it has a negative 30. I mean, let's put it... Let's put negative 30. And I didn't grab the number beforehand, so I have no idea what it's going to be. Oh, that's a bummer. what's that? That times negative times 30%, and then add it and plus that. No, it's got to be way more than that. Let's do a 30% of the total. Nope. I mean, the negative weapon reload had to have impacted it horribly, because it went from 4.5 to greater than 6.21. So, I mean, this is a misnomer. I mean, this is crazy. Way off. I mean, default, the default time is already at 5. I mean, it's greater than 5 now, and that's with these reductions. And if I just add 30% of that, I mean, like, what is 30% of 5 is 1.5, right? And if I add it to like what I already had, so I'm at 1.5 plus this, it doesn't even get there. I wonder if I add it to this. It's like a negative 30% of the result, or of the original on the original. I mean, that seems like a drastic punishment. I mean, it's greater than... Yeah, there's something super wonky going on with the reload speeds, if that's even accurate. Let's grab another one of these, which is just like a... I mean... So dumb, man. And now my damage is totally wrong. $178. 279. I mean, this reload speed's absolutely wrong. This is hilarious. So no more reload speed. Well, you know me, I'm gonna do it for the data. But I would love more damage. I love more fire rate. I mean, I'm so curious what this is gonna do. Okay, let's go ahead and write it down before we forget it. It's a 25%, and it's now a 5.1. I mean, I think this negative 30, I truly do think it went all the way back and said, do a negative 30, not from where you are, but from the original Original weapon speed. Because that's gross. Because, like, I'm still slower now than I was as I first got it. Like, you know, that's just... that can't be as intended, right? Epic reload speed. Okay. So it's a 12. Let's just grab this whole row. It's going to be a 12%. Let's grab this whole row. It's going to be a 12%. Are there the same number of columns here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I just have it all spaced out, I guess. Alright, well, let's go grab this. Let's pause. Let's look. 0.84. 0.84. So I only got 10% of that. Yuck. No. Only got 1.25% of it. I decreased by 10%. Is that how I calculated that? Oh, no, I got like percent of upgrade received. Yeah. Oh, yeah, only got 10% of that, which was like my actual effect of the upgrade was only like 1%. And again, now my total number is 237 when this says 320, and that's plus this 27, which is this, this, and this. All right. I think I need to highlight this as yellow because it's an all. Okay, let's go get our 4.7. Yeah, my upgrade total is an 8% increase over here, which would be 3.9. That's so wild. Okay, well, I mean, I'm like literally at the floor here. Like, I've only gained 1 second, or like my percent increase in reload has been absolutely horrible. Yeah, like I cut my speed in half here, or I'm at here basically, after I had gotten a total of 79% a reduction. And that's after I've removed the default reload speed. Yeah, I mean, absolutely bonkers. But yeah, I was kind of hoping there was going to be some sort of consistency. You know, if like my next one would have been 67, you know, and then 55, and then whatever. I mean, I know that's extremely wishful thinking, but oh no, I think that XP fell into the cave there. I didn't know that was possible. That's a bummer. Let's do another 15 damage. Let's see if we can get 238. So now my damage says 314. So 15, 314. 2, 3, 8. This says 314, but it's not being calculated right. Like the I think the overclock is it's having like a outsized impact on it. But I mean, getting any kind of reload speed's a total waste at this point. It's all about damage, it's all about fire rate. I like this plasma gun, it's kind of fun. Man, such a bummer. We were so close on the damage stuff. I really want to go back and rewatch this gameplay. The problem is, because I live streamed it, I can't go back and watch it unless I end the live stream and I begin a new one, which I just might do because there's no one on right now. So, I may take a quick break and come back, or I may come back tomorrow. It is Easter here in the US tomorrow, so I might not have a ton of time, but it would still be interesting to... He's gonna blow up right when he comes back. Look at that. Oh, I should have gotten the fire rate. Because the fire rate's the only one that's, you know, consistent still. But like, the higher the numbers get, the higher the chance that it's actually something different than what I had calculated. So I would actually like to, this is just for funds. There you go. Extra damage. I should go ahead and put that in. I mean, I think it's kind of worthless at this point because this is 348 is what it says. Obviously, you know, that is not 15% increase, but it says 256, but that over that, sorry, 1 minus, I mean, it's a 7% actual damage increase, not the increase that it's reporting, but a 7% damage increase, even though I picked a 15. Yeah, obviously some more analysis to be done, but that's why my channel exists, is to do this. And as much as it might seem like I don't enjoy it because I get hung up on stuff, I love it. I love it. It's so fun. Let's get this crazy pickup radius. I think I'm gonna stop switching back and forth. I just want to complete the drop, and so I can get the XP and probably go and wrap the stream. But I'm gonna thank you for watching if you decided to watch. I hope to kind of get this calculator to a point where it's actually kind of valuable, and I can put out a video and tell people some conclusions about. Well, I mean, I could probably already go ahead and conclude that the diminishing return on a reload speed is so aggressive that it's not really worth getting after you get your first couple done. Like, even just doing this, I think that'd be all the reload speed you could ever, or like, you know, that you should ever really do, because you're not going to get much more out of it. Like, even if you poured a whole bunch more into it, I'm not sure you'd actually really get much. Fire rate. Okay. So let's just look here. The fire rate right now is 40. And it's 6.47. Is that right? 9.96. Ooh. Oh, I probably have something over here too. Yep. I think the favorite probably has. No, that was damage and reload speed. High caliber rounds has -30, I think. Let me overclock. High caliber rounds. Yeah, fire rate -30. But then this says +40, which is not true. Oh, and then I have +50 over here. So, hang on. Let me go back to general damage calc. I think I blocked this out thinking I didn't have anything, but obviously there is something. So I need to add in fire rate here. Fire rate. What is it? 50%. Equals that plus that times that. Yeah, so now I'm way too high. My fire rate's now yellow because of the overclock throwing me off. Like, oh, and this is a fire rate from here, right? So I have a plus 50 here. I wonder if I just did a 90 in one place. Delete this. That's even worse. I think instead of doing a 40% of that, I need to do a 40% of the default. I'm still way too high. I'm at 13. Again, there's probably some diminishing returns here. I don't know. If I do 30% of that, even just doing a 40% here, I'm already way over the 9.69. I mean, the first couple like worked out great. I think what I've come to realize is I can't trust any of the numbers. I need to calculate it as it happens, and then yeah, so yeah, fire rate 9.69. There's almost no way for me to go and backtrack all that, but maybe if I really spent the time of going back through this video, I might be able to figure it out. Maybe. Be super tough. I feel like it might be more efficient just to I'm gonna do it in like real time. But I mean, I've already been at this 3 hours today. Look at the critical hit chance. That's pretty sick. I'm gonna try to keep this nitro because it'd be really nice if I could get like the the crit chance, a nitro powder or whatever it's called. And if I can't, I'll then buy a whole bunch of upgrades on like the last round. But it'd be really nice if I could just get that nitro powder on this level. If I get the one with the increased damage, it'd be really funny, but I literally wouldn't be able to move. So I would probably end up losing. So I'm not gonna choose that one. But I do like the ice, but I also wish that it would go ahead and explode if you basically triggered them to explode instead of just totally freezing. I get that. Oh, let's just get the move speed. We're going ballistic, Mav. Go get them. More nitro. Oh, ton more nitro. Wow. I mean, if we can get the nitro dust here, it's gonna, like the nitro powder or whatever it's called. I mean, this is gonna go from kind of funny to absolutely hilarious. But I mean, but this is only like a level 2 dive. But just doing this brief analysis has already told me do not get the reload speed. It's just not worth it whatsoever. You know, get damage, get fire rate, and we'll talk about crit chance and all that here in a little bit. Oh, bummer. Really wanted the powder. That would have been so nice. Oh, let's do the all damage. Oh, there was a magnet. I do not want to reduce my reload speed though, because it does seem like the reduction in reload speed is super harsh. Super harsh. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and spend all of our nitric let's go ahead and spend all of our nitro. Let's just get this guy leveled up. I want damage. Yeah, here you go. Let's do this. This. I'm trying to save my gold to re-roll a couple more times. Ooh. If I don't spin my nitro, it's just literally gonna go to waste. Oh. Yuck. Let's do one more. That's such a shame. Alright, well, let's hope we get a thing worth having here. I don't need this, but I'm going to clear it out anyways. Do damage. Now, a cool thing about the cold that I did read in one of the dev talks was that for every bullet that hits it as it's blue, it tacks on a chance to freeze it. And so if you have a whole bunch of freeze, and like it's a kind of high like fire rate, you know, the chance to freeze is really, really high. It's not just going to slow it down, it's actually going to totally freeze it, which is super nice, right? Like you can almost guarantee that you're going to keep them frozen. Yeah. But I guess the balancing tuning thing is like you probably have a cooldown on being frozen, or you could just kind of like unlock them, you know, 100%. Indefinite unlock would be a little OP. So I'm not sure that I've actually ever gotten the final overclock for this little kind of plasma rifle. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get enough XP to actually get there, but I don't know, we'll see. Of course, the beacon is close to the boss. Don't want to trigger the boss yet. And I've already killed all the other ones, so if I go up there and I get near the boss egg, I might accidentally open them. But we shall see. Well, looks like I've already done the whole map, so just try to stay behind this other like wall, so then if some stray bullets goes up that way, we don't accidentally crack the boss out. Come on, nitric powder. Oh, what a shame. I have so much nitro. Would have been hilarious. Ooh. 11.63. Add 40%. 13.5. Yeah, I do feel like they have some pretty harsh tuning. I just need to figure out, like, it didn't have to be exact, but I like to get to some general trends, and if I can get a kind of trend line of like diminishing return for each like fire rate, you know, reload speed, what have you, I'll then it just kind of graph it, and then from there I'll do a, there's no way there's enough XP out here for me to get another level, is there? Nah. Oh well. Yeah, like, I'll just do like a trend line. And then from that, I'll kind of build a diminishing return chart to say when you should probably kind of quit upgrading a specific attribute. But okay, well, I think with that I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I do hope to get to a place where I can have a good a kind of damage calc. It'll probably be a version without overclocks. And then I'll like do a version with overclocks maybe, because I mean, like, without overclocks, I do have this pretty much dialed in. After you add in overclocks, it just kind of gets all wonky. But I think that all this is pretty good. My fire rate, I do think there's a diminishing return chart that I need to build there. And I also need to probably build a diminishing return chart on this. But I think I kind of screwed it up by I kind of getting this overclock here. But this seems like a pretty clear trend line, from there to there. And so I might be able to get a kind of diminishing return. Now, it is interesting how these two didn't really have a diminish, but I do wonder if the all weapon reload is in a different pool than the direct weapon reload, kind of how the damage is. The all weapon damage is calculated up here, and then the specific is totally separate. So, anyways, I will keep on working on this and try to get to a couple of good trend lines. That may not be like 100% accurate, but maybe I can do like a standard deviation or something. And then from there start building out some damage calculators. But anyways, I would encourage you to check out the game, and come back and check me out after I've a little bit more progress, and like either way, you take care. Bye.